Harbaugh, Mark Andrews ankle likely out for the season. On crutches, can't bear weight, probably a broken ankle of some sort. Could be something else going on top of that. It just keeps coming. This injury-plagued season just keeps coming. Unbelievable. Put a fork in Andrews. I mean, we still need confirmation, but you don't typically say likely done for the year, this coming from Harbaugh, if there's still hope. You know, this is kind of like when Aaron Rodgers tore his Achilles. It was like, we're pretty fearful it's an Achilles because you can tell. So there's something that they can determine through just mere physical test that he's done. The confirmation needs to come in, but he's done for the year. So Mark Andrews out for the season. I'm going to even update the title of this video just to make sure. Mark Andrews done for season. That's awful. That is absolutely awful. Maybe this opens the door to more Keaton Mitchell usage. Keaton Mitchell, as I was trying to tell you here when that news broke, Keaton Mitchell was not used properly. Again, pretty much the entire game. There was spurts where he started to get used again, and he popped off some nice runs. One was called back with a penalty. He would have had at least 50-something yards if that had not been called back. There was several opportunities for him to score, and instead the play calling, whether it was due to Lamar or Harbaugh or a combination of everything, Lamar injured with the injured ankle, very hampered, tried to take the ball himself into the end zone at like probably quarter speed, and you've got a guy named Keaton Mitchell, so elusive. They hand the ball to him. There was one play Keaton Mitchell had that was about a 25-30-yard run. Unbelievable run by Keaton Mitchell. Just can't even tackle him. He looks like Devon Achane out there. They hand the ball off to him. He breaks off a long run. Then they don't give him the football anymore. It's absolutely ludicrous. This is what we kind of feared when we said, could Harbaugh not use him? I mean, he didn't use him well last week. And so they're inside the 15-yard line, inside the 10, I think. And Lamar tries to get in the end zone himself on about 3 different occasions in this game inside the 10-yard line. And I believe 2 of those occasions, if not all 3, Keaton Mitchell was on the field. Oh, misdirection, Keaton Mitchell that way, injured Lamar Jackson, roll left, bootleg, or whatever the hell play they ran, and nada. Lamar not able to get the touchdown, not able to get a first down. I think he was first and goal or second and goal, whatever the case may be. Just total misusage of Keaton Mitchell. Just unbelievable. Lamar had a decent day, obviously, 54 yards, still scrambling for 6 yards per carry injured. Lamar, 264 and 2, not a bad day. Joe Burrow, 17, 101 yards and a tutty, and then got injured. And Joe Burrow is, it's hard to know what's going on with Joe Burrow. Here's a image of him in this tweet from Adam Schefter. A glimpse of what Joe Burrow is dealing with. He was out there trying to throw the football, and during one throw, I'm sure most of you have seen it, he literally had to drop the ball as he was trying to throw it on the sideline, and you just see him go just so upset, and then immediately ran to the locker room, ruled out for the rest of the game. The only solace we have here is that he looked, when he came back, to be in better spirits. He looked to come out and not have any sort of device on the hand or anything on the hand to make me think, or the wrist to make me think this is like a long-term type of thing. But is he going to be healthy enough to play in his next contest? I don't know. So we got to play that by ear. Jamar Chase is clearly going to be nearly dismantled. We're lucky Jamar Chase scored a touchdown in this game at the very end. 2 receptions at the bottom here. 2 receptions for 12 yards and a tutty. Barely got the touchdown at the end from Browning, who did his best. 8 of 14, 1 touchdown, 68 yards. But Chase is completely dismantled without Joe Burrow out there. When Joe Burrow's out there, he's a 100-yard and a potential 2-touchdown threat every single game. Joe Burrow, we got to hope that this is just he sits out the remainder of the week, takes it really easy, and he's able to suit up and play. Tough to say what in the hell is going to happen, guys? I wish I had better news for you. Let me see if Adam Schefter and Ian Rappaport have confirmed what we just put on the screen by. Unfortunately, negative side. Mark Andrews has very serious ankle injury. It looks like season-ending injury, so prayers up. This coming from Adam Schefter. I'll put this up on screen right now. And that's awful news. The injuries just keep coming. Fantasy worlds they continue to take a big kick to the gonads every freaking week. I know we've had some injury-riddled seasons before, but this feels like it's definitely one of the biggest disappointing injury-riddled seasons we've ever seen in fantasy football history. John Harbaugh, unfortunately, on the negative side, Mark Andrews has a very serious ankle injury. It looks like a season-ending injury, so our prayers will be with Mark. Adam Schefter says Ravens head coach John Harbaugh said tight end Mark Andrews has likely season-ending ankle injury. So all confirmed on all different levels. Andrews done for the season. What do you do? I mean, we got to dig into some potential trades for you. Maybe someone that has Kincaid also has McBride. Maybe somebody has McBride also has another tight end. Maybe whoever's got Dallas Goedert has already replaced Dallas Goedert. Or maybe Goddard's out there on waivers because someone wasn't paying attention that he's coming off IR. Maybe Goddard is the answer. Maybe whoever has Goddard has a replacement that they're willing to let go now because they're scared. What if I don't use Goddard? Now you can take the problem off their hands. There are only a certain small amount of moves you can make to replace someone like Mark Andrews. Sean says, I think Burrow might be done as well. What would honestly make you think that, Sean? I'm very curious. Is this just a gut instinct by you, or do you have some sort of information on this? Because if you look at the difference between Mark Andrews like limping to the locker room, which was stupid of this team to not put him on a cart and drive him to the locker room, drive him to trainer, drive him to wherever he needed to go. Mark Andrews walked on what might be a broken ankle all the way down the field, into the tunnel, up the stairs, around to the locker room, into the locker room, probably to the John, probably took a shower. And here he has an ankle injury that, yeah, it probably didn't matter at the end of the day, but what kind of damage is he doing that might prevent him from having early surgery because there's too much swelling, or he tears something else, or he's making something worse? Why they didn't put him on a cart was insane. But anyway, Sean, I don't know what in the hell you're talking about. I see nothing. I do this. I'm sitting here looking, and I don't know what you're talking about, Sean. I think Burrow might. Why do you think Burrow might be done for the year, Sean? Dial in and enlighten us. Do you have a report in front of you, Sean? Let me check. Let me check Twitter. Let me check X right now and see if there's anything. I want you to call in and tell me what it is you see that's telling you that, just like this Andrews situation where Andrews is going off into the sunset in the middle of the game, Joe Burrow runs to the locker room, comes back out. Yeah, granted, shaking hands with his good, non-injured hand, but he's out there, not in pain, not necessarily smiling, but he's not sitting there like sulking. He's out there just doing his thing, headset on, trying to help them win the game. What in the hell makes you think, Sean, that Burrow's also out for the season? I'm just curious. This is just a debacle of a night. Lamar Jackson, no threat of him being done for the season or anything like that. So everybody calm down. Don't listen to Sean. Sean's going to be like, I think Lamar might be done too when Lamar's out there running the football. I don't know if Burrow's going to play in his next contest. I have no idea. No earthly idea. No real solid guess. If I had to guess, I would say Burrow may be out more along the lines of 0 to 1 games, not like a month. But we also don't know what testing is going to reveal. Maybe he's tougher than he appears, and it's possible he plays next week, which would be the Pittsburgh Steelers, I believe. Is that at home, away? I think that's in Cincinnati. Mark Andrews, done for the season. Joe Burrow, who the hell knows? Hopefully out just this game and comes back next year. Keaton Mitchell should have received more carries. That's an understatement if I've ever seen one. Harbaugh is just an idiot sometimes when it comes to, usage of players and what to do. And the fact that Lamar injured is running the ball as much as he is, especially at the goal line when you got Keith Mitchell in the game, is just ludicrous. Just absolutely ludicrous. I'm gonna put this on screen so people stop asking about it. Definitely already known, guys. Definitely already known. Let me put this in big bright red as people file in and go, hey, guess what? Mark Andrews done for the... We know. We're in here breaking it. You know, the reason you know is because we just told you he's out for the year. Unreal season we're looking at here, ladies and gentlemen. Overcome, appreciate you. First super chat of the day gets a standing O. Apologize for my lack of celebratory mannerisms. 1 QB league, need a QB or roll with love. Should I accept Herbert, Adams, and Rice for Jacobs, Olave, and Najee? I would probably say that's very, very close. If you need a QB, this is a good move because I think it gets you what you need to overcome, and it still gives you a lot of talent. I like that move. This one's from VSAN. Trade away Tua for Keenan Allen. If that's Josh Allen, then of course. If it's Keenan Allen, depends on your quarterback situation, but I mean, it's not a bad move at all. That boy, $5 hauler, lost AR5 first, then adapted to Joe Burrow. Deadline Saturday. Do I trade K9 for Purdy? No. I mean, make a trade like K9 for Purdy and another player, but Purdy doesn't equal K9, my guy. Got Kincaid backing up Andrews. That you're in good shape then. Good thing you didn't make a trade. Just Sherman just traded for Andrews. Have Muth on IR. It's a travesty, my man. I'm sorry. Prayers up for your team and for Andrews. It does look like he is done for the year. Christopher Smith with a $20 hauler. The positivity right now is still amazing. You guys absolutely.
Alert. Super chat alert.
The positivity is just absolutely amazing still. You guys are absolutely picking my spirits up little by little. Damn, Smitty, I had Mitchell, Burrow, and Andrews starting this week. Rough start to the week. He had Chase and Mixon. I mean, Mixon did well. Chase didn't do amazingly, but good God, Christopher, I'm sorry to hear about that. Burrow, Andrews, Mitchell, you should have had a nice little day. That sucks, bro. Burrow is off to a pretty decent start, too. Like 100 yards and a touchdown. It was probably going to be at least a 2, but maybe 3 touchdown day for Joe Burrow. Probably about 300 yards and 2 or 3 touchdowns. So that sucks, my guy. Damn, that really blows. I just get hit twice. Two injuries in one game. Lamar went down too for a while. We thought Lamar was the big injury in this game. He ended up coming back, and it was Andrews and Burrow that left. Trade away Fields for Warren. I have Mahomes. I don't hate that. I think that's something that I could get behind. It certainly is buying Warren high, but I don't really mind it. It's kind of crafty. Trade ETN for Achane and Puka. I'd take Achane and Puka and I'd run. Absolutely run. Veto police are after you, to be frank. Mark Andrews done for the season. In case anybody's curious about that. Put this over here. All right, let's take a couple phone calls.
Call into the show. Call into the show.
Dial into the Christopher Smith phone line. Do it live. What an unbelievable, crazy, freaking affair. Just unreal. Just frankly unreal. Let me grab this schedule over here. We got 2 super chats flying in here. Dad Bod Warriors, Walker, Amari, Hopkins for Barkley, Diggs. I'd take Barkley and Diggs pretty easily, Dad Bod. That's pretty good. And this one from Ozzy. Traded Traded Tank Dell and Gabe Davis for DeAndre Swift. I don't hate that. I mean, I worry a little bit about Swift, but that's not a horrible move. I'm okay with that, especially if you needed an RB and overcome Kincaid for McBride before Knox gets back. I mean, you could do what you want. I don't like disapprove of that, but like, I don't know what Knox doesn't scare me, bro. Kincaid's doing fantastic. Theo from Illinois, you got 30 seconds.
What happened with Burrow? Because I knew he was injured before the game, at least that's what they were saying. They took away like a video with the wrist sleeve or some shit.
He had a sprained wrist, and he went out and made it worse. So we don't know if he caused some sort of like ligament damage, or no one knows. We'll find out tomorrow. But the fact that Burrow was like,
During the game, like happened with his wrist specifically, it was just kind of weird that.
I mean, he got hit. He went down to the ground. He made the wrist injury worse by getting tackled and having his arm like kind of pinned under him. They showed that play, and he's like, he was grimacing to his on his wrist and hand, and then he started playing and throwing on the sideline, and it just gave out. So if he didn't get tackled and hit, and if he didn't like land on his wrist, if it didn't cause further damage by hitting the ground, then he probably would have been all right. He just would have been sore. But it definitely was a hit that he took.
Yeah, did you see the Ravens fan saying Burrow sucks after the injury? That was just hella messed up.
Yeah. All right, Theo, appreciate you. Later. Nate from Wisconsin, you got 30. I can't hear a single thing you're saying. You're mumbling like Milton from the Office, from Office Space.
Have you showed here to my team?
Great movie. I gotta trade it for my James Cook, Laporta, and Kenneth Walker for Gibbs, Pacheco, and Kyle Pitts, which I don't really care about Kyle Pitts. So basically just Gibbs and Pacheco.
Okay. Cook, Laporta, Walker for Gibbs, Pacheco, Pitts. I'd probably lean toward the Gibbs, Pacheco side, but I mean, could this go crazy opposite direction? Sure. You know, like if Walker ends up being what we, want him to be, no matter what happens with his schedule, like he's catching passes and they keep scoring touchdowns, then this side could definitely win. But right now, I'd rather go with Pacheco and Gibbs. And if I could trade, let's say, because you're getting rid of, like would I trade Pacheco and Pitts or Pacheco and something for like Devontae Adams and turn, or Cooper Kupp or Puka Nacua, and turn this little number right here into a Gibbs and Adams at the end of the day? Yeah. So don't keep moving. But yeah, I'd probably take that Gibbs Pacheco side, but it's arguable.
Sure. Appreciate it, man.
All right, bro. I don't know what he's saying. I can't hear you, Nate. Nate's.
I was told I would have a piece of cake. My stapler. You gotta turn up the, crank up the volume there, Nate. Donnie Bravo, you got 30.
Hey, Smitty, how you doing?
What's up?
I had Burrow today. I hope he's doing fine. Can you hear me, by the way?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. I have Fields in my IR, but to the Andrews owner, he has Stroud and he has Devonta Smith. I'm thinking of offering Fields, McBride, and Olave for Stroud and Devonta.
I'd rather have Stroud over Fields for sure. Yep. I think Olave and McBride are pretty even with Smith. I'd probably rather have this Stroud side, but it's not like you're blasting him. It's pretty arguable. But I guess give me the safer quarterback, give me the safer wide receiver, and If you're good at tight end, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I have Ingram and Schultz.
Yeah.
Would you offer a different tight end over McBride?
I mean, I like McBride a lot. I probably like McBride a slight bit more than Schultz, but that could change in a snap too. They're both playing really well. But I just think McBride's got a little bit more upside, but never know, bro. Never know.
He does, but like obviously we don't know what's gonna happen when Zach Ertz comes back. I mean, maybe he might not lose his job, but we never know. At least we know Schultz and Ingram, they have their jobs.
Yeah. I'd rather have McBride, but that's me.
I got you.
All right.
Thank you, Smitty.
Thanks,
Have a good
Donnie.
night.
Later, bro. Ethan, the negative.
Mhm.
Let me guess. You're going to try and tell me a story.
No, Smitty, I've got the secret to all these.
This is a story. This is a story. This is a story. You've never called in and been like, "Hey, what do you think?" You call in and go, "Smitty, I figured it out. Smitty, I realized something. Smitty, let me tell you about something that happened today. Smitty, I have the formula." Go ahead, Ethan. What do you got for me today? How are you going to solve my problem?
You take the pinky on the non-throwing hand and you break it. Takes their mind off the injury every time.
Finish him. Call terminated.
Unbelievable. All right, let's go. Christopher Garza with a $20 hauler, bro.
Alert. Super chat alert.
The Garsmeister. Would you trade Herbert for Howell and McBride? I'd rather have Herbert, but you need a tight end. I get it, but I'd rather have Herbert. I don't think I'm trading. I think I'm doing something different. I'm not. I like where your head's at, but I do something different. Not that Howell hasn't played amazingly. He has. Got off for Mahomes, Pacheco, for Brees, Lamar. Why does Lamar worry me so much? He's always banged up. He's always leaving you hanging during some part of the year. You know what I mean? Like 3 years in a row. I'm talking about last year, the year before, the year before. 3 years in a row, Lamar has left you hanging, holding the bag. I'm going to say give me Mahomes. And I get if someone would rather have Brees over Pacheco, I get that, but I'd rather have that high-scoring monster in Mahomes. Burrow, Diggs, Ayuk, Jacobs, Andrews, JT, Pittman placed. I claim for Kyler and Musgrave. What move should I make after that? I would potentially, God, I don't know. You really got to wait on this Burrow stuff, bro. You might need to like divide and conquer something. You know, JT, Jacobs. Probably Jacobs is your biggest sell high, and maybe you go after a Pollard and a receiver, or take a big gamble or something. You've got to get two players, though. You don't just go after just Pollard, but, you know, you lose Burrow and Andrews. I don't know if that team can be saved at this point. We'll have to wait for the news in a day or two. Injuries are hard to swallow. We'll see. Thank you, Superfish. Appreciate your super chat. Sebastian from Cali, you're live.
Hey, I'm 4-6 right now with Bijan on bye this week, as well as Allen and Adams coming up. Is my season over? I think I'm 2 wins away from playoffs.
You're 2 wins away from the playoffs, and please describe your situation one more time.
I have Bijan on bye this week. I have Allen coming up, and I have Adams coming up on bye.
I mean, you're not in a good position, I guess, if you've got all of those players on a bye. That's not great.
Yeah.
But you know, what can you do? What kind of trades can you make?
I tried to do. I think it was Josh Allen and Garrett Wilson and Kareem Hunt, and it was for Mahomes, Rashad White, and Tyler Lockett, and he was on the fence about that. How do you feel about that? Maintaining the top quarterback and staying away from
say the whole trade again.
Allen, Garrett Wilson, and Hunt for Mahomes, Lockett, and White.
Yeah.
And don't have RB2.
Wait, so you're trading away. You're trading away Allen?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Allen, Wilson, and Hunt.
Yeah, I don't like Lockett. I mean, you got concerns for sure, bro. But I don't know.
Yeah, 'cause, I mean, at this point, I'm like desperate just to get out of the bye.
Yeah, can you get a different player than Lockett though?
London, but I'm sure he values him a lot more than
Someone
Lockett.
even better than London, to be honest. I mean, because the way I look at it is Allen and Mahomes are even. If you don't worry about bye weeks or anything, yeah, I mean, they're even. They're very, either one's capable of being the number one overall fantasy football quarterback. So you can't just
He's
give
worried
him
about like the projections though, and he's like, "Oh, I'm minus 40." I'm like, "Dude, it's the bye. You're in playoffs. It doesn't matter." But
Yeah.
he doesn't understand
Yeah,
that.
he does. He already trying to just work you over. But you need to get somebody else here. I mean, Lockett's okay, but I don't know. I don't trust him. I don't know, bro. Come up with something I think better. Maybe you go after Tua and a bigger name player for your Josh Allen.
Maybe Jamar Chase. He's
You
on
could.
that Tua team.
You could. Yeah. Jamar Chase. Tua and Jamar Chase are on the
And
same.
Wilson for chasing Tua.
Yeah. Can you do some? Can you leave Wilson out and do another player? Like, what about Allen and Hunt for Tua and Chase? I mean, with Burrow injured right now, that might not be that far off. If this owner is concerned about Burrow Chase, I mean, look what Chase just did, bro. He dropped a big dud, even though he scored. Dropped a big dud for his owner. His owner's panicking like crazy. He doesn't know what tomorrow holds. Maybe Burrow's even injured for a couple weeks. We don't even know yet. So you're taking you're going out on a limb. And I think you throw in Garrett Wilson is too much. I think you need to use the news and the fair market value to your advantage and not buy high. So if you're going to get Tua, who's the guy who owns Tua should be a little panicked about Tua, bro. So it should be Allen and Hunt or Allen and somebody like Hunt for Tua and Chase or something like that. And you get that deal done, you'll be all right. All right, I got to go, Sebastian. Call back if you got another one a little later. Appreciate you. Fitzy, you got 30.
Thank you.
Hey, Schmitty, I'm the Panic Jamar Chase owner. Should I trade him for Jefferson?
Who?
Justin Jefferson?
You know, I don't hate that at this current moment in time. I mean, without knowing anything, but I do think, you know, there's a chance Burrow comes back, but there's also a chance Burrow comes back and re-injures it. Because he had this problem going into the game, got hit and landed on his hand, and then, you know, and then we're back at square one. So, like, I don't know. I guess I'd take this chance, bro. If you can pull that off, I'd do it. Why not? Why not?
Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm thinking too. Like, JJ is out, but I have receivers to start, you know, even if he's out another week.
Do it live.
In addition to this week.
Well, I mean, Chase already.
All right, we'll talk to you.
Chase already played, so you're, you know.
No. I'm just talking about if he misses another week, JJ. Yeah. Like, I have guys, you know.
Yeah. All right, bro.
All right, we'll talk to you
later. Oh man, what a crazy. We got Christopher Smith with another $20 hauler. He's such a monster.
Alert. Super chat alert. $20 super chat. $20 super chat.
Christopher Smith. So now I'm wondering who to start in my flex. I'm starting Cup, Gibbs, Waddle, 2 flex spots. Start Laporta, Dell, Garrett Wilson, Tony Pollard, pick 2. I'm going to go Pollard and probably Dell for safety. Pollard, Garrett Wilson for a little higher risk, higher reward action. But I personally wouldn't sit Pollard, but I might be alone in that right now. It seems like everyone's totally given up on him, and I understand why you're down on him. I traded Pollard, Swift, Olave for Kamara, Diggs. Pollard, Swift, Olave for Kamara, Diggs. I like that. That's a smash.
Got him.
I like that trade a lot, Murph. Murph, you did it live. You did good. John with a super here. Flex, 1 flex, 7, 3, 12. I got Allen, CMC, HN. Trade ideas for Devonta Smith or JJ. Achan, keep him. Allen, CMC, keep him. Evans, Lockett, McBride. Let's see what other you got who you got as a backup tight end? I don't see one. I don't know that you can really trade for JJ or maybe Devonta Smith. Maybe you give up Mike Evans and maybe Olave and Lockett, Mike Evans and Lockett, Mike Evans and McBride if this guy needs a tight end and you know if you see anybody on waivers that you're okay with. Past that, like what can you do? Your team's solid. You got too many big guns and nothing much in between. So it's like, do you trade CMC away? No. Achan away? No. Evans, Olave? Sure. Evans, Olave. How about Evans and Olave for JJ? Evans and Olave for Cup. Go with Cup, Lockett, Gabe Davis, something like that. I'm okay throwing Evans and Olave together for one big top 3, top 4 wide receiver. That's probably what I would do, I guess, if I was you. Dad Bod's Amari and D-Hop for Pollard. Why not? I don't hate it. I mean, I know a lot of other people would, but they would hate it. Trade Tua and Ramondre for Mahomes and Dynasty. Yes. Yeah, Mahomes and Dynasty is worth gold, bro. Offer Debo and Mitchell for Achan. They countered with Achan Evans for Debo Brees. It's pretty even. I took the trade. Should I try Tua? Try to turn Evans into a solid wide receiver, I think is what you're trying to say. I guess, but I mean, the trade's pretty even. I'd probably rather have Achan and Evans. So I think you did good on that. Countered Achan and Evans for Debo Brees. Okay. For Debo and Mitchell for Achan. Yeah, I like the Achan side. But as for a wide receiver, go after Cup if you can. I like Cup a lot. And then this one from Ordonez, appreciate you, pal. I just trade Lockett for McBride. I don't mind that. I had Andrew's thoughts. Still have Ayuk, Devonta Smith. I don't mind that at all. Pollard, Kamara, Gibbs, Javonte. Maybe you look to trade Javonte and Deontay for like a Cup or a Puka or an Adams. But I don't mind your trade. Rock out. What's up, my guy?
Yeah, bad night with Burrow for me.
Bro. Unreal, man.
But
the hits keep coming, bro.
As far as a backup, should I pick up Geno, Baker, or Russ?
A backup to your backup now, or you don't have a backup?
Don't have a backup anymore.
Geno, Baker, Russ. Give me Russell Wilson. But hopefully he doesn't get snagged. You got to have a backup, bro. You got to back up that situation a little bit. You never know, especially with Burrow struggling with that calf all year.
Yeah, I tried to get it back the last 2 weeks. I kept getting sniped.
Yeah. But Russell Wilson for sure, man. He's been playing better. I don't know that he's the old Russ, or he'll ever be the old Russ, but he's still playing better. And more importantly, the team's playing pretty well.
Cool.
All right, rock out. Appreciate you, bro. Call back for you another one.
Yep.
This super chat here is from Matt, Tyreek, and Walker for AJB and ETN. Woo. Give me AJB and ETN, because AJB's easily hanging with Tyreek right now, and ETN's just a better option. And this $10 hauler from my boy Ricardo. Ricardo, appreciate you. Ricardo says, second place team lost Andrews and has no other tight end. Musgrave is the only other viable tight end on waivers. I'll need a tight end in week 13. Do I drop Spears for Musgrave and block him? Absolutely. I like Spears, not saying, like, maybe drop your kicker and hold both of them or something like that. But absolutely grab him. K9, and then you make a trade or something. That's what I mean by drop your kicker. You'll pick a kicker back up, but it gives you some time. K9, Amon-Ra, and Amari for Hill and Barkley. I lean Hill and Barkley, but that doesn't mean I don't try and then flip Barkley a little bit. You know what I'm saying, broski? Fitzy, you're live.
Sorry, kid. Yeah, so the Jefferson owner came back to me and he offered me Devonta Smith and Javonte for his Jefferson and Madison. I mean, my running backs are Walker, Pollard, and David Montgomery.
I mean, I'm going to say this with caveats, bro. There's no answer. There's no concrete answer here.
The thing is, like, Devonta Smith is going to do good now, right? I mean, Dallas Goedert's out. Dallas Goedert is out. I mean,
well, okay,
it's kind of tough.
So listen to me here. I think this could go two ways. I think obviously if JJ sits this week and then next week, then this is a bad trade. Like unless you're are you playoff bound already?
I'm 6-4 and I have depth, but you know it's a close league. There's only 3 teams over 500, and I'm one of them. So
yeah, I would probably say, like, you know, if you can weather through it, this JJ side will end up being better. But
I mean, I do. My backup wide receivers are DK and Tank Dell.
Yeah.
So even if Burrow misses, Jamar Chase is.
I guess give me the
DK and
JJ
Tank
side,
Dell.
but just understand that you're coming with a lot of risk. Like, you know, you could be back in this live stream, kind of like the Andrews owners feel tonight, going, F it, I'm screwed. Like, it could happen, but you could also come in and be excited.
But I could also come out like Burrow's okay. I have Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson.
Yeah, I mean, I lean JJ, but that's me. If I think I'm making the playoffs, I lean JJ.
The thing is, Devonta Smith is going to be really good now, I think. I mean, is he not?
I mean, he I think he's always been good. I think he'll be. Goddard's coming back, so it's not like, you know. I would say.
Right.
I would say.
I might think on it a little bit.
Yeah, I don't mind it. I don't mind it. I think if you believe you're going to make the playoffs, I'd do it. If you have faith, in your depth. All right, later, Fitzy. Appreciate you. All right,
thank you.
Anthony from Georgia, you're live, pal.
So you told me it's going on live
Everybody still work?
in London. Huh?
You're mumbling, bro.
You're Wilson in London. But then you're.
We can't hear you. We can't hear you, bro.
Huh?
Anthony, you're calling from a submarine. I don't know. Sebastian, you're live.
Hey, in this other league, second place, Andrews just went out on this is another guy's Andrews. Can I trade him McBride plus a star who's going to be riding my bench? It's either going to be Waddle, Smith, or Monty, or a high-end like Diggs type of player, and just punt the tight end. There's no viable tight ends on waivers.
Yeah, I would. If I'm going to trade somebody who you listed, I'd say Waddle, because he's got injury risk and all that. So Waddle, McBride for, let's call it Diggs. Let's call it JJ.
Diggs, AJB.
AJB, Lamb Chops. You could say Cup. Why not? You know, roll the dice.
You got Brees and Jacobs. Those are stars.
Chase is a hit and miss on this, though. To be honest, man. I mean, I guess I would do Chase still, but there's still concern there. I mean, especially if like you're going to make the playoffs, you don't worry about next week as much as anything else. So yeah, go ahead, do it live.
So would you recommend I just punt it and go for that star?
Hell yeah! I mean, McBride and Waddle for you're not going to get it. I mean, this is a fairy tale that we're talking about here. I don't think this is going to happen.
I mean, I'll try it because
do it live.
Like no tight ends on waiver.
Do it live.
I'll try it.
All right, call back. Let us know if you take advantage of someone later. It's a nice story. It's cute. Vegas Mark, $10 hauler from Vegas Mark to the moon.
To the moon.
Thank you, Vegas Mark. Vegas Mark says 10 PPR. Burrow, Stafford. Should I hold or trade ideas? Probably using K9 or DK and IU. Trade for a better QB. I mean, jeez. You got a good team. Like, You could ride it out with Stafford right now, my guy. Go after Tua using... If you can only start one, or let's see, 1, 2, 3. If you can only start 3 running backs, then you could trade, let's say, K9 for a quarterback upgrade or something like that. You could. Ayuk for Tua. DK for Tua. I don't mind that. But past that, I'm going to hold this team versus do something like that. Or trade maybe K9 and DK or K9 and Ayuk for like an Eckler, for a Cup, for a Lamb, for wide receivers like this. That's the move, Vegas Mark, with your team. But I think that's the only thing I'm looking to do if I'm you. And then this $5 hauler, hey Smitty, 6 and 410 PPR Burrow Stroud. Okay, trade ideas for Ayuk or Debo. Ayuk or Debo. So Ayuk or Debo with... I mean, maybe shop Logan Thomas for whoever lost Andrews. You know, if you traded Ayuk and Logan Thomas or Debo and Logan Thomas to the guy that just lost Andrews and try and just get a tiny wide receiver bump, Puka, Cup, something like that. The other thing, I'm keeping CMC, I'm keeping Kyron. Do I send one of them with Stroud to get Mahomes or Josh Allen or Hurts? Yeah, and I think I like Stroud, but Stroud's like 5'6" for me, whereas those guys are top 3. Past that, I mean, I don't know, bro. I think this is a really good team. I think you stand down to a degree, but I like the team a lot. I think there's always a way to maneuver for like an Eckler or something. Rush him with the 20.
Alert. Super chat alert.
Collusion to the freaking moon. Smitty, another injury not reported before game. This has killed me this year with Burrow today and Bijan weeks ago. Think the NFL will crack down. I don't know. It does make you concerned that he had a sprain. We didn't know. It is dog crap that the NFL is not reporting. But the amount, and I know somebody might come in and say something stupid, and this is, in my opinion, stupidity. Smitty, they don't care about your fantasy. Smitty, it's a multi-billion-dollar industry surrounding all of this. Don't tell me they don't care about our fantasy. It doesn't matter if they don't care about our fantasy. They must care about the proper reporting of injuries because it affects everything that's tied to it and around it that is a multi-billion-dollar industry. So it doesn't matter who cares about it. It needs to be handled properly. And this one right here, would I try for Dak? If Burrow is long-term, I can try and get Dak. Dak team also has Mahomes. Yeah, I would definitely look to make a move. I don't know what. Come to me with another. Bijan, okay. Bijan weeks ago. Let's see. Kill me Bijan weeks ago. Think the NFL will crack down. If Burrow is out long-term. Yeah, it depends on what the deal is. Like, come to me with the potential idea or offer. And James, I'm going to put you right here. Miguel, right here. Anthony, you got 30 seconds, pal. What can I do for you?
So I traded Garrett Wilson in London for Kenny Walker, but then your video yesterday made me kind of worried about the deal. What do you think?
Garrett Wilson and who?
Drake London for Kenny Walker.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. Like, if you called me right now, which you are, and asked me if you should make this trade, I would say go get Walker. That's a great value.
Okay.
Because in my video, I do say don't panic. Nobody should be selling them off for pennies on the dollar. I'm not saying Garrett Wilson is trash or anything. He's in a volatile offense. So
yeah, he was my wide receiver. He was my wide receiver too, and now I have Devontae Smith and St. Brown. But my running backs are Achane, Pollard, Gibbs, and Kenny Walker. So I mean, I'm taking a gamble there with Pollard and Walker, but
hey,
I'm 6-4. My team's pretty good.
You're doing it live. That's the only thing you could ever ask of somebody.
I mean, I feel like I might have to trade Pollard or Kenny Walker for like a receiver possibly, but because I have 4 running backs and then 5 with Keith Mitchell too.
Yeah. Yeah, and as we talk about this, and Great Scott is also, reminding everybody
because
that
I seen your video yesterday with this playoff schedule, Kenny Walker. Like, it is kind of like nerve-wracking a little bit, but at the same time, he could like ball out. You know what I'm saying?
All right,
he's that talented.
Good job, Anthony.
All right,
later. Yeah, if you guys are desperate, you need to make sure and look for Isaiah Likely. We talked about that earlier on the show, but constant reminder that he'll be in the waiver wire. He'll be one of the top pickups of the week. But we'll get into that. He's locked down until waivers process. So we'll dig into Isaiah Likely and all the potential replacements. Marsman Rock Out, you are live.
Yeah, I could possibly trade my Ferguson for either Fields or Purdy to the injury zoner.
I'd do either one of those. Sure.
Yeah, instead of Rush.
Yeah. Try Tua, though. Give up maybe a smidge more if you have to get Tua. I think Tua's top 5.
All right.
Top 6.
Cool.
All right, later, bro. Nice job.
All right.
Go get it done. Let me know when it's done. TJ, you're live. Hello.
Hey, Smitty. I just lost Mandrews.
Sorry, you lost Mandrews.
Yeah.
Man.
So I was wondering, should I trade Javonte and DJ Moore for Brees Hall and Ferguson?
Devonta Smith and who?
No, Javonte Williams and DJ Moore.
For who?
For Brees Hall and Ferguson.
DJ Moore and Javonte for Hall and Fergie.
Yeah.
I guess that's debatable for sure, but I'd probably take this Fergie Hall side. I think that's pretty good. But, DJ, look, if DJ Moore and Fields get back to what they were doing, we're going to regret that, but I don't know if they will.
Right.
I mean, caveat, insert caveat. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't mind that. I love Hall. Schedule's good.
Yeah.
I think they feed. He could be volatile and inconsistent, but I think they feed him. I like it. Do it live.
All right.
All right, later.
Thank you.
Okay, James of the $5 hauler. Hey, Smitty, 6-4. Burrow, Stroud, CMC, Kyron. The good thing you got both quarterbacks. Tank. Ideas for... I already did that one for Ayuk. Yeah. That's good. It's good. Good to have both quarterbacks. Have Kincaid and McBride trying to get St. Brown from the Andrews owner. Who else can I pair with them? Aaron Jones, Mostert. I'd throw Mostert and McBride, Aaron Jones and McBride. I mean, really anything there. Would I do like Nico and Aaron Jones and McBride? Sure. Kyler, do I throw Kyler in? Sure. Just toss it all in, bro. Toss it all in. This is from Miguel. Miguel's 5-5. Thoughts on upgrading at running back? Got Burrow, Kyler, Stevenson, White, HN, Jamar, CD. Good team. Kittle, Kincaid. I mean, look, you got 3 tight ends. What in the hell are you doing? Not shopping those. You can't. You're one person. You got one team. You got one tight end spot. Let's get on the horn with the Andrews owner right now, my guy. And Kyler's good for you while you wait on Burrow, so you're good there. Kincaid, McBride, Kittle, one of those guys with Rashad White to go get a straight-up monster baller, bro. And, even if it's just a JT or something, using White in one of the tight ends or White in one of the tight ends for, your wide receivers are off the hook. Part of me wonders if you could even, trade White and Kyler and a tight end to the tight end needy team if for any reason, let's say they needed a tight end and they have Mahomes and they're willing to do that downgrade or something. Who's on the phone here? David, what's up, David?
What's up, Smitty?
What's up?
I had lost Burrow and Andrews tonight.
Mm-hmm.
And
Sorry.
the tough part about it is I traded away Kincaid and Hopkins to get Burrow before this week. So,
Damn,
yeah. So I don't know what I should do really now.
Give me your team real quick. Read your starting lineup off as fast as you can.
Okay, so I got a good amount of running backs. I got Bijan, HN, Iron's coming back, Javonte Williams, Jerome Ford, and then I have Goff as a backup QB. And then I have Puka, Chris Olave, Marquise Brown, Chris Godwin, and Drake London.
Goff and then Burrow.
Yeah.
And who's your tight end?
Andrews.
And that's all.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, look to the waiver wire, see if you can. But I mean, you got tons of ability to make moves. Honestly, you could probably just start Goff and say, F it. You know, like just let it ride there, and maybe just use this time to say, reminder, I did good and I backed up Burrow and I'll be okay. And maybe he plays like a top 6 quarterback the rest of the way. It's totally possible. So, Achane, Kyren, and Bijan or Javonte. So Bijan or Javonte expendable. And honestly, I'm using Hollywood or Godwin or both of them with Javonte or Ford or Bijan, and I'm trying to get Cup, Lamb, Chops, so you're probably not going to get. Diggs seems pretty affordable right now, more than he should be. Tyreek Hill's more affordable than he should be. And just get that extra player in there, and don't worry about this situation here. As far as Andrews, I mean, what are the best tight ends on waivers? Likely will be there. Who else is on waivers? Somebody's got to be out there.
Logan Thomas, Cade Otton, Thompson. Pretty rough.
It is rough. But, you know, maybe
I could try and the guy's got Komet, Goddard, and Njoku, so I could try and.
Yeah, I don't mind Goddard right now, especially he's been injured. I bet he's a little worried about him.
Okay.
And the player you'd maybe give up on that is, I mean, you might have to send Ford packing. You could keep these 3 RBs right here: Bijan, Achane, Kyren. You're trading Javonte with Godwin, or Javonte with Hollywood, and you're trying to get that wide receiver like Cup or whatever. I don't even care if you have Cup and Puka. It doesn't bother me. And if you can get away with trading Godwin in London, or Godwin alone for Goddard, then that'd be great. But if you got to trade Ford, he's an RB. He has a little bit more like scarcity. Maybe you got to do something like that. Ford's pretty valuable though. Maybe you do some bigger package like Godwin and Ford for Ridley and one of his tight ends or something, and you get like just lucky that he doesn't value Ridley at all. Ridley would be interesting to just get thrown in, like something like that. All right, David, got to get to these super chats. Come back when you got more offers to go over.
All right, appreciate it.
All right, just offered JT, Hollywood, and Lockett for Hall and Dell and Kincaid. I lean toward the Hall side if you need a tight end, but it's a tough one. It really is close. Own Burrow, Fields, ride Fields, or trade for Stroud. Depends on what you got to do, Tyler. But I mean, at this point, what are you dismantling when you have at least a possibility of Fields being what he was, and without tearing apart any other surrounding pieces? You might want to let it ride. $10 hauler from Collusion
to the moon.
Appreciate that 10 wad. Guy has Dak. He is in need of a running back. This week has Najee, Connor, Zeke, and JT. I have Pollard, Jacobs, Kamara, Singletary, and Edwards. I mean, Gus Edwards or Singletary for Dak would be perfect. Gus Edwards or Singletary, and I don't know that you're going to get that. So, like, what can you throw in? Connor for Dak. I mean, if Dak's his backup, he might be more willing to throw him into a Gus Edwards deal than you think, or a Connor deal than you think. I don't know if Singletary will get it done, but I would trade any one of those guys for Dak for sure. Dak's been playing great, but I think anybody that owns Dak and he's their backup, they realize they're, as we say, playing with the house's money. I mean, Dak's not a guarantee to continue to play the way he's playing. He's vanished before. What can I upgrade with Hollywood and Nico and Aaron Jones? Cup, Adams, JT, Achane. Hollywood for Pollard. Nico and Hollywood for Pollard, and leave Aaron Jones out of it. Keep Aaron Jones' name out of your mouth. or trade him and get Kupp and a big dog wide receiver. Adams was offered JT, Hollywood, and Lockett for Hall, Delicate. Already got to that one. Yeah, Hall, Delicate by a hair. Murph with a $20 hauler. Sorry, Murph, I just saw this.
Alert. Super chat alert. Alert. Super.
That's my boy Murph. Murph 10-0. Bro, how many 10-0 teams have we seen? Not very many. Murph's doing it live. Murph, you're going to Saturn.
To Saturn.
10-0. Very rare at this point. Like 1 out of maybe 100. QB Fields, Goff, CMC, Kamara, Gibbs, Monty, Kyron, AJB, Diggs, DJ Moore. Kelsey made 7 trades off 100 plus offers. That's what I'm talking about. See, Murph has gone to the Smitty College of Knowledge here at the Fantasy Football Show University, and he understands that offer in masses is the way you make a trade. If you make 5 offers that are grossly in your favor, you're going to get 5 rejections because you're only going to get 1 out of 20. 1 out of 22, 1 out of 25 accepts. I'm going to have a video on this because people don't understand. They make 4 offers and they get 4 rejections, and then they come and say, my league doesn't trade. My league does. You need to offer 22 trades to get 1 accept. Sometimes it depends how aggressive your trade offers are. This man made 100 plus offers and he landed 7 trades. 7 trades. That's what you got to do. The commitment that is needed to pull something like that off. That is 7 trades out of 100. That is a 7% rate. 7%. CMC and DJ, any more moves? No, I mean, look, the only thing you could do is get that quarterback. Mahomes, Hurts, Josh Allen. Mahomes and Josh Allen are very doubted. I think it's possible to throw, maybe, Mahomes owner, you throw him Fields and Goff, and you roll the dice a little bit, and you give them a DJ Moore to make that swap. You give them a potential Monty even to make that swap. You're fine if you give up Monty. You got Kyron, Gibbs, Kamara. I use Monty to upgrade my quarterback, and then I walk straight to the bank, Murph. Straight to the bank, bro. Just straight to it. Anthony, $5 hauler. Appreciate you, Anthony. Murph to the moon. 6-4, 12-man starters are Allen, Achane, Gibbs, St. Brown, Devonta Smith, TJ Hawkinson, K9 benches, Tony Pollard, Charbonnet, JSN, Keaton Mitchell. How's my squad start? K9 or Tony Pollard this week? Probably going with K9 for now. But I like your team a lot. Achane, Allen, Gibbs, St. Brown, Devon. I love your team. There's not even anything I want you to change or you got the right kind of K9 TP rotation that will take care of you. One of the two will take care of you. I like this a lot, bro. I'm not even touching that team. That's a stand down team.
Alert. Stand down order.
Paul M with a super chat on screen. Paul says, apologies, you misread Smitty. I was offered Jonathan Taylor, Hollywood, and Lockett for my Hall, Debo, Achane. Other guy needs a tight end. I still have Kittle. I mean, doesn't change my answer, but I mean, in terms of like what side I like, but if you've got Kittle, Hall, Dell, if you've got Kittle, I'm okay with this then. Like in a vacuum, value-wise on paper, not taking into account your team, I'd rather have the Hall side. But you got Kittle, I'm okay with this. JT, you like we say, he's scratching the surface. Maybe he busts on you to the degree that your expectation level is at. But I'm okay with that. I think the JT side's fine in that situation. $10 hauler from Chase.
To the moon.
My man. Half stash. Need advice. I want to trade for Goff. I'd have Goff, Brown stack, St. Brown stack. He needs a running back. I have Christian McCaffrey, Breece Hall, Rashad White, Ford, Pacheco. So White, Ford, or Pacheco in a dire situation is understandable. But if you've got Tua, I'm riding with Tua. I'm not trading for Goff using these pieces. Would I mind you trading Ford or White for Goff if you want to rotate and you're good at rotating quarterbacks based on matchup and you've got Tua? I don't mind that. But don't even dare think about trading anything relating to Breece Hall up. Even Ford, I'd be tempted, or White, to not trade. Like, I don't know. I would rather just ride Tua. Tua's playoff schedule might scare you, but sometimes people step up, bro, and play to their level of competition. And this is a Miami Dolphin attack that's going to score a lot of points and upset a lot of people. 8-2, got Dak, but I don't mind if you do it for like Ford, I guess. If you feel you're going to be good at rotating him. I'm 8-2. I just know that if you trade for Goff and you start starting Goff and Tua's going nuts, you're going to be so mad Tua's not in your lineup. But if you believe in Goff, and Goff could do well this week, I don't mind it if you feel like you know what you're doing with the rotation. I'm 8-2. I got Dak, Achane, Connor, Lamb, DK, Ingram, Dobbs. Should I get JJ and Russ for Dak, DK, and Higgins? Yes. I'd rather have the JJ side. Trade opponent has running back depth. Yeah. I'd rather have JJ. Eli. That's a good one. Franz with a super. Or Fonz. Smitty started Keaton Mitchell and Ravens D for a solid 12 points today. Start Pacheco or Ford this week. Ford's probably safer with the matchup, but anything can happen, man. Still have Hurts, Gibbs, Diggs, CD, Kincaid. You should be okay, Fonz, but man, Mitchell was grossly misused. We knew he was high risk. Like, for anybody that's like, oh, he's done now, this is trash. He was a high risk, high reward play. Why? Because this coaching staff, we knew that there was a chance they still didn't fix what was, the concern for us, the usage. And to be honest with you, I don't know what I'm going to feel walking into the next contest and the next contest until we see some sort of commitment to using him, or Gus gets hurt or something. But I do know they love him. I do know the fan base loves him. I do know that the announcers love talking about him. I do know he was used. I think he got 8 or 9 totes of the rock. So there was definitely some opportunity. He just didn't pop one off. If he popped off a 60-yard touchdown, we'd all be saying, yeah, 9 carries, 10 carries is all he needs. But when you don't get one of those huge runs, and he had a pretty decent one, he's going to lay an egg. This was a player we talked about all week as being high risk, high reward. And he obviously, kind of crapped the bed today, or the staff crapped the bed not using Mitchell properly. It sucks. It is what it is. Picked up Barkley for marbles, running backs. Nice job, Charles. All right, I think I'm out of here for the night. I need to regroup on this. I might be back if there's breaking news. Like, let's say there's news on Burrow. I'll be back. Don't worry. Yeah, I wouldn't consider CMC Breece. Just showing you my depth. Thanks for the advice, big dog, when you running the 40-yard dash. I don't know. We're gonna work on that, Chase. Appreciate you. But yeah, I don't mind you doing the Ford form or whatever. Just don't trade Breece. Don't trade Breece. All right. Chase to the moon. Appreciate you with the super chat. Draven in the building. Anyone have X or Twitter? Pretty much everybody, Draven. It's pretty old. It's been out there for a while. Anyway, appreciate every single one of you. I will see you all tomorrow or tonight if more news on Burrow breaks. Thank you all for joining me. Thank you all of my amazing super chatters in the building tonight. Murph with the 20, Russian Collusion with the 20, unbelievable. Ordonez with the 20, Christopher Smith with the 20, and Garza with the 20, and Christopher Smith with the 20. Christopher Smith on freaking Saturn.
To the moon. To Saturn.
And Christopher Smith dropped another 20 watt on screen. What an absolute gem. Just what a gem.
To Saturn.
Christopher Smith says, such a disappointing, upsetting week. It's only Thursday, Smitty. This year, fantasy has been crazy. Christopher, is this the first time you've ridden with this channel? Because the off season, no one does the off season better. You're going to be so excited about the off season content. I almost create more content in the off season. I do create more content in the off season than the end season. You're absolutely going to love it. The show's still Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern. Nothing changes on that. That's 365. But I promise you, bro, you're going to enjoy it. If you haven't been here, maybe you have, but appreciate you very much. $20 holler.
Alert. Super chat alert.
My boy. All right, I'm out of here. Appreciate every single one of you, especially Christopher dropping fire all night. See you all tomorrow or tonight if more news breaks. Sorry to everybody who lost Andrews today. And Burrow. Hopefully Burrow's not out long. Andrew's probably done for the season. Catch you later. We got a new member, by the way. Cool Hand Mooses. Cool Hand Mooses, appreciate you. Thanks to my mods. Mod squad to the moon.